These are some real practical tips that I'm about to give you that's going to help you with your YouTube journey. And if you're trying to be someone who's trying to either do a part-time or full-time, well, here you go. So for me, I am a part-time YouTuber. I do this part-time that I actually make some income, not on this channel, but my main channel called K-Dre. And I have 10K subscribers just here. Been doing it for 2 years now, where I've now obtained 10K subscribers. Just want to let y'all know that, so you don't think and you look at this channel and be like, well, who is he? Okay, so we got that the way. Let me give you some actual real advice and value that's going to help you on your channel. So number one is, you got to make content that people are going to look for. My first year when I was making content, that was the hardest part, was trying to figure out what people want to watch. And the content I was making, people didn't care about it, right? And it's not until I made content what people care about, whether it's solving a problem or whether it's entertainment or whether it's educating in some type of aspect, right? Inspiring, any type of thing. It needs to be what people are looking for. Also, what helped me is I did reactions on my main channel. That's what primarily I did, was reactions, and it helped gave me a lot of traction. So if you're a new channel and you don't want to go through the grits and grind of, like, let's say, doing shorts and all the other stuff, maybe if you can and you're a little tech savvy and you can use OBS, because that's what I use to do my reactions and do overlays and stuff, use OBS to do reactions. Or you could even do a reaction where you have the person's voice played on the phone over your camera, and then you react and you talk about the conversation on that specific part, and you just expand. There's many ways you can do a reaction. It doesn't have to be the video overlay. Now, why is this important? Because there's so much things you can react to and put your emphasis and opinions on, and kind of bring fresh perspectives about especially a hot topic. Do that and you can easily get some views and transition into doing your own thing that you want to do eventually. That's a good way. Now, why I would suggest also this, because you able to talk more. I put in so much time and hours into content now that I'm more natural at talking in front of a camera. And this is not going to happen until you actually just practice, right? I know some of you guys may be camera shy, but you really want to do YouTube. There's things where you could do a faceless channel and you have clips, or you have a background of a gaming video or something just in the background while you're talking, and it doesn't have your face. You can do that too. There's no way of saying that you can't do this. Like, you can find ways to make the type of content that appeal to a certain audience, as long as you're bringing value, which leads to the next thing. Just bring value. Bring value. The more value you bring in a video, I don't have to have the most crazy edits or anything, but if you bring the most value to your videos, you will get people coming and liking, subscribing, or sharing, or interacting and giving you great feedback. And then eventually, this what leads to the next segue that I want to talk about is, always listen and see what the comments are talking about on the channel, because they'll kind of give you a direction of what you should take, what topics to talk about on your videos. They will tell you, or they'll ask questions, and then you can use that to make your content about that, right? I always do that. I listen. Never think that you're too high above to actually check out and see what the comments are talking about, because they will put you on game about a lot of things. And that's what also have helped boosted my main channel to get into 10K, is because I took some of the advice that people was like, hey, a lot of people who comment, for most part, 99% of them, when they come, they really like you as a person. They want to see you win. So they're going to give you something that you can try out. And don't be afraid to, like, experiment. Try those things and play with it. Now, whether or not you want to use shorts or long form, it doesn't matter. Just post and get content out. If you only got like a video out on your channel, but you wondering why you don't got no views, it's because you haven't posted enough, man. You gotta post you have to post a good amount to get the certain feedback results back, right, to your channel. To get results back to your channel, you're gonna have to post a good amount. I say you should not feel any until you get your first 50 videos published on your channel. I don't want to hear nothing. Really 100, but I'm saying first 50, because then you can actually look at the analytics. You can actually look at the numbers. You can actually look at the comments. You can look at what people are telling you and what people are saying and what they're doing as they interact with your video. it will give you enough to say, okay, this is how I need to adjust in this. And also, you get good at it. You can't get good if you only do 3 videos. You got to put out enough content to get good at it, right? It's the same thing with doing other stuff, right? We use the same analogy of developing a skill or talent, putting 10,000 hours into one section of being an artist, making music or drawing, whatever. But we don't use that same analogy when it comes to making videos on YouTube. You got to put the hours in. That's how you do it, right? Another thing, thumbnails. Some of y'all just upload videos and that's fine. Like, but if you want people to a higher chance for people to click on your channel, you gotta have good thumbnails. One of the platforms I use is Canva. Canva is free. There is a paid membership that you can use that allows you to have extra features, but you don't need to use that. You don't have to use that. You can use Canva just this way it is. It's free, and you can make phenomenal thumbnails. I really would consider y'all to do that, because when you're trying to get people to look at and click on your video, unless it's something that's educational and it's something that's very valuable in the title, and they'll click on regardless because they need something to solve their problem instantly like that, then you can probably get away with not having a thumbnail. But if you're just someone who's trying to grow inside a certain niche like sewing, you're trying to grow in a certain niche like anything like that, you want to make sure you get something decent as a thumbnail. Don't just have a video and it's you looking like, you know what I'm saying, like just talking crazy, and then they have the weirdest most expression that YouTube just chooses for your your preset. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want that. Like, you really want to make sure you have proper packaging overall when it comes to your video. You might have a really good video, but if that thumbnail and that title is not good, no one's gonna click on it, right? And that's important. Now, another thing, be authentically you. Be yourself. Just be yourself. I'm not saying that you have to stand out. Like, the way to stand out is just provide value, show people that you're open to have a conversation and connect with them face to face on the camera, and that you are a regular person and you're just someone who's just being yourself. That's it. And that's people who ain't gonna like you for you, and that's fine, because we are biased about who we like. But there's gonna be people, they're gonna eventually find your content and they're gonna like you for you, right? So do that as well. Again, reactions is really good. Back then, you know, there's some people like DDG and a lot of these other folks that had blew up on skits and pranks, right? Be innovative. Take some of their skits and their pranks. If that's something in your area that you want to be in entertainment niche, you can do that. That still gets lots of views to this day. Just don't put yourself in harm's way or other people in harm's way, or cause people in some type of demise, right? We don't want that. You want to play in a environment that doesn't cost somebody something, right? So that itself, you don't have to make content that's about negativity, right? You don't have to. Like, I know that sells, but look at me. Like, my channels that I don't post anything negative really at all. In fact, mine is more on positive things and more uplifting, and I doing pretty well for how my channels are growing, right? I have 2 channels that's I have another channel that's about to get monetized, and that's reaction to like beatboxing. And then I have one main channel that's reacting to like music, and I'm about to eventually branch out even more on that, which is at 10K subscribers. So again, one of the things I want to talk about is consistency too. Consistency. It's such a huge thing to do. No matter what, you have to make some type of time. 30 minutes minimal. 30 minutes. Like, you got 30 minutes out of the day to pick up a phone and talk in front of it. That's it. Your iPhone does just good. Even Androids now have really good cameras and good microphones. Just pick up your phone and just put the time. Like, you got to be dedicated and you got to be consistent. Like, a lot of people say they want it, but they just don't want it because they don't show it. You don't show it, and it reflects on your channel, right? I'll give you an example. On this channel, K-Dre Everything, I want to talk about things that's meaningful, that has a lot of value and stuff. And I was like checking, I was like, all right, let me see how the channel is doing. And I'm like, dang, it's almost 2 weeks since I post. How am I expect somebody to subscribe if I haven't been posting? I was like, no, we gotta change. We gotta change that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, no, the same way I've been consistent on my other two channels and they got results, is the same way I'm gonna do on this one, right? And you gotta do that. That's what you gotta do. You gotta be consistent. You gotta show up. Like your consistency might be 2 videos out of the week. As long as you bring value, as long as you making someone laugh, as long as you connecting, it's gonna build up. It's going to get there. They always say it's better to have $1 than nothing. It's better to have $1 than nothing, bro. You'd be better off having $1 than having nothing. You better off having a video out than having nothing. Post, right? Because the quicker you post, the faster you get a reception back and information to where you can adjust and change what you need to change. But you're not gonna know until you keep posting. Now, I'm gonna tell you what my goal is. I'm posting. So I work 2 jobs, right? I have 2 jobs I work, and I'm about to get ready to leave one of my jobs so I can focus more fully on all my channels, right? Because I'm trying to get multiple channels monetized, and I am by the end of this year. I'm going to get multiple channels monetized, and I'm going to be even more into full-time doing YouTube. And the only way to do that is by posting and just strategizing, come up with cool concepts, and executing and showing up. Showing up. When you're doing YouTube is more, it's not like how your regular 9-to-5 job is. It doesn't turn off. You can turn it off, but you won't get the results you want. You gotta there's times where me and the wifey, we're chilling and I see something in the comments and I answer back because there's a question or what. You know what I'm saying? You constantly engaging with the audience. You constantly engaging with your community. Which led to this that I'm gonna talk about soon after I finish. But it's a never stop ending process. And if you clock out and you just say, hey, I'm just not gonna upload for a whole month, you can do that, but also realize that the algorithm is not gonna promote your stuff when it doesn't see you're not being consistent with your content, right? It's not here to punish you. It's here to reward the audience that are watching videos. It's here to suit. We're here to provide value to the audience, the watchers, the listeners. That's what we're doing. So, yeah, you want to do that. Backpedaling back to the conversation. What was it? What was it I was going to talk about? It was something. I'll come back to it. It's what is it? I know what it was. It was really a good one. It was a good one. I'll look back, and if I find a video, I'll just make a video specific about that. But yeah, it's doing those things, providing value, being consistent on YouTube, and don't be afraid to try stuff. I myself had tried many different things before I transition and find what worked for me on the channel, right? And don't be afraid to change when it is working. Maybe you want to branch out and stuff, and you want to do something that's not put you in the box. Don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to try and stay consistent. And as long as you do that, you're gonna be good. Now, how can you monetize the content that you're making? Number one, stay away from music. Stay away from music unless you have a Patreon that you're getting your audience to, or some way that they can support you by merchandise, right? But there's more. Like I said, you can do Twitch, right? You can post your content, your shorts, all that stuff on YouTube, and find your audience so they can go to your Twitch. You have Patreon, you have merchandise, you have things where you can work with advertisers, right? Sponsorships. People can support you by just paying a one-time fee. Membership on YouTube. There's a YouTube membership now that people can subscribe to, and they have perks to early access of videos. Maybe you teach certain things in a niche that helps people and solve people's problems. Well, then you can sell a course that helps solve a person's problem, whether they're trying to become an entrepreneur or whatever the case might be like that. You can do that. It might be teaching somebody how to sew, and you can do one-on-one calls teaching people things. There's so many ways you can do affiliate links, things like that. It's unbelievable how much money you can make, and it's not just by Google AdSense from that monetizing from videos. It's not just from that. Now, If you're somebody who has to drive and you can make a lot of videos, go for it, because the more videos you got, the more money you can make, bro. Seriously, it compounds. It's literally like digital real estate. The more videos you have on your channel, the more. I'll give you a good example. You put evergreen content with valuable information, whether it's entertainment or whatever, and it's evergreen and it's something that people can come back and watch, bro, you're gonna be making crazy money. Like, look at Corey Extension. He's one of the top gaming channels, and he be going for like 2 years, and people watching his old content because he put so much value in it and he put so much good quality into his content, where you can watch it and it still be refreshing, right? It's still entertaining. It still brings something to you, enjoyment in your life when you're watching it, right? And he gets paid for it without having to do anything. But he has a lot of content too. I think he has like over 1,000 some videos, gaming videos on his channel that's edited and it's so dope, right? So be your own self, do those things, be consistent, don't be afraid to experiment and try things. Now, another thing, and if you at this end, then shout out to you because y'all some real ones, right? But I'm about to give you another one, titling. I'll go deeper into this itself, showing you on my channel sometime on another video. Subscribe if you haven't. But titling is so important, right? Not just thumbnail, but title. If you have a horrible title and it's not short, straight to the point, and it doesn't give the person the clues of what it is, and when you start the video, you don't give them that 30 seconds of what the video is about, they're going to click off. Or they're not going to click on the video because you didn't give them the expectation of what they want to see or hear. You know what I'm saying? Think about the viewers. What do they want to hear? Not about what you want to hear. Not about what you want to do. It's not about you. Even though it says YouTube, it has became less about the YouTubers. It became more about the viewers. That's how you keep people on, so people watch and we make more money. Everybody make money on YouTube because we're keeping people on. So you got to make it about people that are clicking your video. Make it about them and less about you, and people will come and they'll start watching more videos about you. All right. Now, I'm trying to think of some more cool things. I would make a lot of videos about YouTube and growing. I love YouTube and stuff. So this is just kind of like a, I would say like get into YouTube. People who wants to do YouTube, this is what that is. We got more in-depth things that I'm going to talk about on this channel. If you want me to, hit that subscribe button. See y'all in the next one. Peace.